What's going on? What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode, man. I go by the name of Desmond Bonet.
You already know.
I don't think they know.
They already know.
I don't think they know.
It's the 13th episode. How they don't know?
We might have some slow fans out there, man.
How you gonna call the fans slow?
I'm not calling them slow. I'm just saying you don't know.
So they know. How you just call the fans slow?
I didn't call them slow. I'm just saying we don't know. So how would they know?
They see the tall black guy in almost every video with the LA hat or do-rag. They know it's me.
This is episode 13, brought to you by the Blue Light Lounge, man. This is They Fired Us. You want to let the people know what we're doing today, man?
Yeah, today we're doing a little verses. We're talking about particularly all the verses and then talk about our favorite verses and why they were memorable to us. It kind of reminds me of the verses we had offline about which one is better, Brooklyn versus the Bronx. But I don't think we're going to get into that one right now. Shots fired. I don't think we're going to get into that one right now. But if you're a fan of the verses, comment below your favorite verses. You don't have to say why it was your favorite, but just comment your favorite verses, which one you thought was number one on the list. Also, before we start, we just want to say that we are having a giveaway either at 200 subscribers on our YouTube or 200 fans, followers on IG. So please check us out. TheyFired Us, spelled exactly, no spaces, none of that. And you'll see some of our great content on there. So, you want to read it in order, or you just want to go for the first one? You just want to jump right in?
Yeah, we could jump right in, man. 'Cause I'm not even gonna lie to you. I remember this, but I remember a different version of it. So the first one on the list is Swizz Beatz versus Timberland.
Yeah, man. Like Swizz Beatz and Timberland been going back and forth for a while, you know. So it's kind of interesting, this whole concept of verses that they came together with, you know. My favorite producer is Timberland, so this might come off kind of biased because I just love Timberland. I love his production. I think he's not only an intricate producer, but his sounds, his sounds are unheard of. You know, the production he did with Missy Elliott, the production he has done for Aaliyah, Genuine. I mean, the list goes on. I mean, like, when you hear a Timberland beat, you know it's a Timberland beat. You know, like, you know how you hear some instrumentals or some sounds and you're like, who produced that? No, Timberland has his own sound. He has his own beat, one of a kind. You know, Swizz Beatz, I respect him as a producer. He's done a lot of great hits, especially for, you know, Rough Riders, Eve, Cassidy. I mean, the list goes on as well. But as far as my favorite, with the two match up, I'm gonna say Timberland.
Okay. See, all right. If I'm remembering correctly, I want to say I gave it to Timberland as well, and I watched the battle.
Cause remember before they first started, they was like kind of like battling each other. Like one would do a track on Instagram, the other one would do a track.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah. I remember it like. This really is like the first battle, because I remember when they got announced.
Yeah.
And, the first time they did it was, I believe, Hot 97 had it live, and it was like some spur of the moment thing. And Swizz Beatz, it wasn't Tim, but Swizz battled somebody else. Then they was trying to set up the Swizz and Tim like on a big stage.
On a big stage, yeah. All right. So Swizz, excuse me, he battled on Just Blaze.
Yeah. Yup. Just Blaze.
Yeah, he battled him. Yeah, killed him. I was kind of rooting for Just Blaze too, and I just felt, yeah, especially at the end when he played that secret track, I was like, oh, finishing, yeah, surprised everything.
Me personally, because this is my first time like seeing the duration of each battle.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go a little different. I'm not even gonna say a winner, man, because the fact that they did a battle for 5 hours.
I mean, it was classic, you know.
5 hours. I'm gonna say they both won.
And the funny part about it was Swizz Beatz, you know, his comedic self. He said he was in the car doing the battle. Like he was in a car, so that was his technical excuse. You know, so I'm in a car using my phone, still cooking up. But it was a good battle to see, man. Good battle to see.
It was definitely dope, man.
Yeah.
Boy Wonder versus Hit Boy.
That one was another good one. If you don't know of these producers, please look them up. Please look them up. They have done a lot of hits. Drake, Beyonce. I mean, the list continues to go on and on and on. Who do you think took that?
All right, so I'm gonna start off first with personal opinion.
All right.
I personally think Boy Wonder's a better producer than Hit Boy.
Got it.
That's just me.
Yeah.
I think he's a better producer than Hit Boy.
Mm-hmm.
During that battle, I learned a lot. I still edged it to Boy Wonder, but it wasn't a clean sweep versus Hit Boy. Because I heard a lot that I didn't even know, Hit Boy was behind.
Yeah, correct.
And that's another reason why I like these battles too, because you learn and hear things that you never even thought that the person had anything to do with.
Facts.
But yeah, I gave it a Boy Wonder. I've always been a Boy Wonder fan, man.
I like Boy Wonder, but I gave it to Hit Boy, and the reason why I gave it to Hit Boy is because I think Boy Wonder, he sticks to that one sound, like it's a Canada vibe, with his.
Oh, I can see that.
With his beats, I think if he was more experimentative with his beats and just a little bit more intricate, he would have edged Hit Boy. But I mean, great battle. Hit Boy played that exclusive at the end. I was like, whoa, wasn't expecting that as well. So that's what kind of edged it for me. And I'm a fan of Nipsey Hussle. So I was happy he dropped that at the end, and I was like, yeah, that's the hit that I needed to hear.
Rest in peace to that GOAT, man.
Yeah, rest in peace to Nipsey, man.
The third one, The Dream versus Sean Garrett. Now I'm not even going to sit here and lie on camera. I didn't get to see that battle, but just off of what I know, as far as the music, me personally, without even seeing the battle, I would give it to The Dream.
Yeah. I watched it. It was a great battle. It, like Desmond said before, it's always good to watch these battles because you always surprised about the songs that they produced or the songs that they wrote for. Like, you just never know. Sean Garrett, I think he produced songs for, I think he did that Sierra and Beyonce, Bow Wow, if I'm not mistaken. The Dream, he's wrote for the whole industry. So it's like, wow, man. Like,
my Virgo brother.
We're in Libra season.
Does that mean that his sign changes?
You did this on the last video, my guy.
I'm just showing out, my Virgo people, man.
Oh, are we doing the verses for astrology next? Is that what happens?
I don't want no smoke, man.
Oh man. You want no smoke either.
Neo versus Jonte Austin, man. I finally watched that one. That's one of the ones that I originally missed.
All right.
And I finally watched it. Jonte Austin, I learned a lot. I thought I was aware of a lot of his work. Definitely wasn't.
Definitely wasn't either.
Learned a lot. I gave it to Neo, I guess, because there's a biasness, so I was more familiar with a lot of the stuff that he played. And I'm just a fan of Neo, man. Neo and The Dream. You know what? I'll throw Sean Garrett in there too. Neo, The Dream, and Sean Garrett, in my personal opinion, are super, super underrated. I'm not even going to say just great, amazing songwriters.
Yeah.
Like, they pen game is phenomenal.
It's ridiculous. I gave it to Jonte Austin. I was so surprised at his body of work. I was so surprised at his catalog. And I was so upset that Neo didn't play some of the songs I wanted to hear. That's just me being,
That's another thing that's been like a reoccurring thing during the verses.
Yeah.
Like, it's so many songs that a lot of these artists should play, man, and we don't hit it. We don't hit those certain hits.
Yeah, like off his first album, I wanted to hear so many great songs. I'm just like, okay, Neil, yeah, like you still have a whole bunch of great songs and a great body of work, but I wanted to hear just a little bit more. So I gave it to Jonte Austin, right there. Next at number 5, we have Scott Storch versus Mannie Fresh.
Listen, I'm a fan of Mannie Fresh. You understand me? Hot Boys, Cash Money Millionaires, like. But Scott Storch got this one. Man.
Yeah.
Scott Storch got this one.
You know. I think it was an unfair matchup for Mannie Fresh. To be honest, and I was really going with Mannie Fresh. And the thing that
Scott Storch cheated. I ain't gonna lie, he did cheat, but
yeah.
it was rightfully so. He still got that.
Yeah, he still got that. Mannie Fresh is my second favorite producer, and I think his problem, if I were to call it a problem, is that a lot of people don't know who he is still, like the younger generation. They don't know who he is, and plus he's not in a mainstream like headlines, or in the daylight like Scott Storch. So even though Mannie Fresh has pioneered the career for Lil Wayne, Juvenile, has that classic song that every time you play in the club, it's a rap. It's a rap, But Scott Storch, he took the cake on that one, and he was playing on the piano. So he was kind of like bragging a little bit, But good battle. I give it to Scott Storch.
To me, Scott Storch is like. You know what? I'll probably get flagged for this. I want to say Scott Storch is probably what producers strive to be, or what they should strive to be.
Yeah.
Because not only is this man like, I don't even gotta speak down through his list. Everybody knows his work from Make It Rain to the hits that he produced for 50, like Lil Kim, like Dr. Dre, like he did a lot. But it's the fact that his hands is in everything while he still what's the word I'm trying to, while he still keep his that original aura. He don't really change. He don't really change too much. Like he could make a pop hit, but he's still Scott Storch. He can make a hip hop hit, but he's still Scott Storch.
Yeah, I think it's something behind the keys, like just his piano shit, and he's been playing since the roots, man.
Which is one of the things I did not know. I learned that battle.
Which was kind of like a cheat code, man.
It was a
big cheat code, man. And
there's a lot of matter of fact, what's the record?
Which one?
Oh no, that's a different person.
All right.
I'm mistaken too, but
yeah.
I forgot which Dr. Dre record he played, where he played just the piano.
Yeah. And then when he played that, everybody mouth dropped and said, Mannie Fresh, hey, what you gonna do? What you gonna do, man? Like, you in the corner right now, man. You better come out swinging,
You right, man. It wasn't fair. It wasn't fair.
It wasn't fair. I don't think that was a good matchup. I think that was the first one out of all the artists that I felt like wasn't a good matchup.
Number 6. Ryan Tedder, Benny Blanco. No disrespect to you, gentlemen, but I did not see that battle.
We did not watch it. We didn't fire them purposefully, but yeah. On to the next one, number 7, T-Pain and Lil Jon. Now, this was the first battle that Desmond and I watched, and we said, "All right, this is a battle. This is fun. This is entertaining." You have T-Pain, king of auto-tunes, and then you have Lil Jon, king of the South. Battle bump heads, man. Like, I give it to Lil Jon. Yeah,
The Lil Jon.
I gave it to Lil Jon.
I thought you was about to say Pain. I gave it to T-Pain.
Yeah, no, you bugging, bro.
I gave it to T-Pain. Oh, yo, first of all right. So I got my own little. I'm a battle rap fan, so you know I got my own little scoring card.
Yeah. Get it?
This was the first battle, number one, where you can visually see both contestants really having fun with the battle. That's number one.
So congratulations to both of you guys for putting on a show, because definitely needed it. Number
two, this was, correct me if I'm wrong, this was the first battle where people came in with just a whole different intro. T-Pain, it was a few songs that he started it had a whole different intro, then it went into the song. Lil Jon had a few himself, if I'm not mistaken.
You know what the vibe was? It felt like a party. This was the first battle that made you forget that it was a battle. Like they weren't going at each other, and it felt more like, all right, it's a celebration. We're here celebrating life. We're here.
That's the perfect word.
We're here celebrating life, and they were bigging up each other the whole time. You know, a lot of times T-Pain said, "Lil Jon, I didn't know you did that," and it was vice versa. You know.
That's also why I gave it to Pain, man. Like I feel like all right, no disrespect to Lil Jon. Me personally, I feel like Pain carried the battle because it's also his personality mixed with the music. The way he was talking in between, he ran. His studio must be huge. Excuse my language, like just huge as. Because I remember one time he ran from the camera and then came back.
Oh yeah, like he ran all the way to the back, but the drum on the set, and then came right back.
And then ran back to the camera. So it's a lot of that took in factor to it. Like when I watched it, it was one of the first battles I was like, all right, I kind of forgot I was watching the battle. It was just two dudes having fun with each other. There was comedic moments. There was serious moments. There was surprising moments from both of them. Like, oh, I didn't know you did that. I didn't know you did that. So,
facts.
But at the end, man, I gave it to T-Pain, man.
I gave it to Lil Jon, bro. You know what's funny, too? This was the first battle that made me laugh from the beginning to the end. Like, Lil Jon is a comedian. Like, he had me on the floor, like, laughing. Because they were both drunk. just going back at it. And, so, man, listen. I know people know how to drink, but Lil Jon, man, oh my. When he said, "I'll be right back, I gotta take a piss," I'm like, yo, chill, man. And he still had the record playing, bro. Like that was amazing. That was amazing.
Hey man, live TV, you gotta keep the show going.
Yeah,
that's crazy though, because I did thought you was gonna say T-Pain.
Nah, man, I think Lil Jon took that, man.
Number 8, man, RZA, DJ Premier.
Now, this was a good one. I think out of all the battles, this one is the most underrated.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, I think this was the most underrated. I don't think they expected. You know, we have Wikipedia here, so we've seen all the numbers and everything. So you see us looking up. That's what we're looking at. They ranked at 850,000. That's the highest they ranked on IG, and you know that was the highest since the Verzuz started, and I actually thought that it was gonna go to 1 million. And who do I think won that? I mean, they both had cheat codes, a lot of cheat codes.
RZA, man.
Yeah, they had a lot of cheat codes. You know. DJ Premier played that Biggie track, and I'm like, all right. But then RZA came back and played
that.
Yeah. Then RZA came back and played. See, the reason why we're not saying all these songs and stuff, because some of you didn't watch it, so we don't want to spoil it for you. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to watch it or you forgot, go look it up. It's pretty sure you can find it on YouTube, etc. And you'll see it. So we're not going to describe, you know, the different songs, etc., etc. We're just expressing our experience, how we felt, what it did for us. Some analytics we'll throw out there, but that's about it. Man, listen, no. I think RZA edged him just a little bit. It wasn't a big difference, but DJ Premier still held his own, which I love. I like how the kids came out too, RZA.
Yo, RZA is a man, like, to me, well, first off, I gave it to RZA as well. I edged it to RZA. But before I get to what I was going to say, I'm super proud of this battle because the same way you said, you feel like a lot of the younger generation is not really aware of Manny Fresh or really knows what he did in the game.
Yeah.
DJ Premier is really, like, really a staple in hip-hop.
Yeah, yeah.
And people have to understand that, like, DJ Premier is responsible for, and I feel like I'm correct in saying this, he's partially responsible for the original New York sound, and he's not even from New York.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, DJ Premier is a staple in hip-hop, man. So that's one of the reasons why I was just proud of the battle, because like you said with Manny Fresh, it gave a lot of the the young generation to really know what was going on before them.
Facts. And what was interesting watching the video is figuring out how they were gonna counter react on each song. Like when DJ Premier played that Nas song, I was like, ooh, what you gonna do, RZA? And then RZA dropped that Wu-Tang song. I'm like, oh, what's gonna happen next? So it kept you on the edge of your seat. Mm-hmm. And if you know RZA, Kung Fu, that's his forte. And no, we're not gonna spoil it, but his home is a pure example of his like he's true to himself. Like the home, his music, his style, what he believes in is all one. And that's what I love. And it's always interesting because you just don't know, you know nothing about these artists. Like we know nothing about them. All we know is that they produce, some of them rap, some of them sing, and we have no really insight into their life. Like back in the day, we had the MTV Cribs, so you got to see a portion of their lifestyle. Yeah. But I mean, since that's over, like you really don't see how these artists are living. So it's good that you get a little insider to see how they're living. And RZA with his music, his lifestyle, all the same, which I was excited about.
RZA, I said that all crazy.
Yeah.
RZA, he's super, super underrated, man. Not just, we could go through the whole list of accolades, man, but for somebody to transition, and I don't even really want to say transition, because he started producing for Wu-Tang. Mm-hmm. So he was always responsible for like creating his own. Yep. But the fact that it's very few people from that 90s era that are still giving work today.
Yeah, still giving work today.
He done produced and scored on soundtracks. He done I want to say directed, hopefully I'm not wrong. Directed, I know for a fact he produced films and he's acted in films and still involved within the music. People don't give this man credit. The fact that he's still relevant. I call him, in my opinion, he's like the tough version of LL Cool J. And I just say that because, LL Cool J got a lot of love songs and all of that. But both of them been around and they still here and they still manage to keep their name around. Like that's amazing to me, man.
Yeah. It's funny you said that because as you was talking and you said that, I'm looking at the Billboard score winner. The Billboard, I guess they have their own winners of who they thought won, and they have it as DJ Premier winning, and I'm just like, how? Now anybody clearly who was watching this could see that RZA won, but it wasn't a big win though. Yeah, it wasn't a big win, and DJ Premier is still underrated. I think he's known, but he doesn't get, the flowers that he deserves. Like we had an episode of Flowers. If you missed that out, you missed out. So go back and check it out. But these artists that we mentioned so far and that we're gonna list deserve their flowers as well. All right. So next we have another funny battle. Teddy Riley versus Babyface. If you saw it, then you know why it was funny. Should we spoil it? Should we not? Should we spoil it? Should we not? I mean,
shout out to the hat I'm wearing. All I'm gonna say is Listen.
Wait, you said shout out to the hat you're wearing?
Yeah, because I was about to make a joke about Teddy Riley's internet connection that day. It went super savage. But
no, the jokes that Babyface said was savage, yo. Oh man.
What I'm gonna say is, first of all, Teddy Riley took it way too serious.
Way too serious.
He was trying to, like, I know now people are doing, living room concerts and, online concerts and things like that, but he was really trying to bring a concert to Verzuz while Babyface was just sitting in the studio, waiting to play music.
Waiting.
So, technically they have 2 battles, so just off the first one, that automatically goes to Babyface because Teddy was just...
Yeah.
He was just trying to do too much. Second time around, when the connection was better and, all the extraness wasn't around.
Correct.
I still gave it to Babyface. But I also want to say that I don't consider Teddy Riley a complete loser, in my opinion, because I personally learned a whole lot of music from him. And I thought that I was pretty well, versed in Teddy Riley's music.
Yeah.
But I learned a lot. But I gave it to Babyface, man. A lot of people who know me know, I'm into rap, but I love R&B, man, and Babyface is just one of those. Yeah. He's one of those.
I thought it was funny too because on the second part, it kind of stopped too. They had some technical difficulties, and both artists went live on their own IGs, and then the fans went to their prospective favorites, and Babyface was still cracking jokes. He was like. Yeah, I'm waiting. Yeah. I try to add him and then he grabbed his guitar and started playing and singing. I'm like, oh man.
It was smooth. It was like watching somebody just it was like watching one of them old school films in the 70s when a dude just smooth and he just not saying too much, just like just
I got it, coach. I got it. He already know that he won, but he doesn't have to say it. His whole swag, his whole presence, his whole delivery, his whole demeanor said, I won, I'm victorious. So that was a good battle. What's interesting about these battles is that you don't know who's next. Like, you have all these ideas of this person to battle this person, but you just don't know. And I was surprised at number 10, Erykah Badu versus Jill Scott, man. Because this is, man, listen, as we're clapping our hands right now, I just feel some of the energy that took place while these 2 queens showed out. And that's what I'm going to call it, showed out, man. It was nothing but positive vibes only, man. Like, if positive vibes only was a feeling, it would have been Erykah Badu versus Jill Scott, man. Like, yeah.
I don't even have a win. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. For those of y'all who tune into every single episode of this podcast, y'all already used to how we open up the show. And we open up the show with peace, tranquility, roll up the weed and get high.
Oh yeah.
That's exactly what I did. And that was the first, well, I'm not going to say the first battle, but this was one of those battles where I didn't even look at it as a battle. I just sat back and enjoyed the music and the vibe that the music provided. All the way from the beginning. Like, let's talk about before they even sat down.
Yeah.
The music that was playing before they sat down, like, this battle, to me, 2020 has been crazy. And if anybody who's feeling, whether irritable or anxiety is getting the best of you or, just stress from whatever's going on.
Yeah.
This, if you haven't watched that battle, go to YouTube, go to Verzuz, like, put that battle on.
Time out. If you didn't watch the battle, what are you doing, man? Like, how did you not see it? That's one of the best. Yo, when Uncle Murder does a 2020 Rap of the Year, he's definitely gonna mention Erykah Badu versus Jill Scott, man. Like, this is one of the positive highlights that us as a people needed. What was interesting is, if I'm not mistaken, they both started off with the same song, right?
Yeah.
They both started off with the same song because they both. Oh man, just the energy is so connected, and how Jill Scott was so humble Eric Badu giving her, you know, her shot, you know, Jill Scott with the Roots. If you don't know the history, go look it up. I've told you we're not spoiling anything for the viewers who didn't see anything yet. So the energy there, man, and it was during that time where we actually needed uplifting. Like, I forgot who died during that time. Was it Ahmaud Arbery? Did Ahmaud Arbery pass away? I think it was him or somebody else.
I'm trying to think of the time. May 9th.
Yeah, I looked that up real quick. I think it was Ahmaud Arbery or somebody who passed away during that time. So we definitely needed some uplifting. So it was like real good to just be in the presence of that, you know.
Yeah, because that happened in February.
Yeah. So.
And George Floyd and all of that was going on.
Yeah. So
still going on.
Yeah, so it's something that we all needed, and it was the first women battle. Because everybody kept saying, we need ladies, we need females. You know, let's get that going, and that was a good one.
Fire battle.
Fire.
Please, if y'all have not seen that, go watch that battle, man. Watch that.
That's in my top 5. That's in my top 5 battles. Man, listen, man, it makes me want to watch that over the weekend and just zen out, you know.
Number 11. It's getting hot in here. Listen, man, Nelly versus Ludacris.
Let me first start off by saying, after my spirit was lifted with Erykah Badu and Jill Scott, I was ready to party with Nelly and Ludacris. Like I was ready to party. And then my spirits was let down. So I had to watch Erykah Badu and Jill Scott again because my spirits was let down, you know, plus Nelly, you know, just in my opinion, just, you know.
Listen, man, like, first and foremost, for everybody that watched the battle, I know you're probably assuming that the only reason why we're giving it to Ludacris is because, you know, Nelly has some technical difficulties. Granted, he had those difficulties. Let's push that to the side.
Yeah.
And let's talk about the actual battle. Nelly has hits, right? And we all knew this. Like we all thought it was a good battle when we first heard it. Nelly got a whole bunch of hits that we know, from Country Grammar to Hot in Here to Shake Your Tail Feather, just a whole lot of records.
Correct.
Ludacris, same thing. Whole lot of records, from the Sticky Icky record. I'm forgetting names, but just a whole lot of records. When you put two artists together, it's like battle rap. Murder Mook, king when it comes to this battle rap thing, right? Loaded Lux, he's considered beyond a king, like a god of this battle rap thing. When you put them in front of each other, Loaded Lux doesn't look the same when he's going against Murder Mook. So I say that to say that we thought the records matched up.
We're not
didn't, man.
We're not gonna get into that one right now, but yeah.
It didn't, man. The records didn't match up. To me, it was Ludacris by a landslide, man. And I'm a fan of Nelly. It wasn't
even if the records didn't match up. I don't think Nelly took time to prepare.
I feel like Nelly played his favorite records.
It's not about if he played his favorite records. I don't think he took time to just like, all right, I'm gonna, you know. He didn't. In his head, he wasn't thinking, I'm going against Ludacris. You know, in his head, he's like, yo, I'm Nelly.
Yeah, I'm gonna play 20 of my hits.
Yeah, I'm gonna play 20 of my hits, because in a battle, he's there singing, he's there like amping himself up, and I'm just like, yo, chill. And you could see Ludacris' disappointment on his face, man. Like you can see how disappointed he was throughout the whole thing, man. And all right, so we had to what's supposed to laugh? You wasn't supposed to laugh, bro. And cut.
Yeah, that's
Oh
cool.
man,
Go,
yeah.
bro.
So we got the number 12. We got Bounty Killer and Beanie Man. Great battle, man. It definitely brought the energy up after the Nelly and Ludacris battle. One of the top 5 in my book. The energy is all about energy. Like everybody, you know, in 19 and this year has been promoting good vibes only, positive vibes only, and this was positive vibes only. The funny part about it was everybody was joking on Ludacris and Nelly, well, really Nelly on this battle, because they were like, how come Beanie Man and Bounty Killer in Jamaica with perfect Wi-Fi, perfect connection, getting it in, and Nelly had technical difficulties. It was hilarious, man.
Yo, that is a fact. They were smooth.
Yeah, smooth.
And hold on, let's throw out another fact. If I'm not mistaken, this was the first battle where both of them was in the same spot.
Yeah. Yup, you got it. It was the first battle when they were both in the spot. It probably gave Timberland and Swizz the idea to have it in one spot, so it would be concise, clean, clear, and they won't have any technical difficulties. Man.
Who you gave it to?
I love Caribbean music. Who did I give it to? I didn't give it to nobody, bro. I call it a straight draw, man. The Jill Scott one and this one was the first two that was like, it's for the culture. Like there's no winner.
Fact.
You know.
They freestyled on the joint.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I ain't understand not a damn thing. I know it was fire. I didn't understand none of it, but I know it was fire. Yeah. The reason why I got it as a draw is because I'm a fan of Caribbean music, you know, as well. But I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I be knowing what they saying, because I don't. It's just what they call it, a rhythm. It's just, you know, the rhythm, the vibe, just of the music.
Oh, the rhythm and vibe.
I know a lot of individual music, but I don't be knowing what they saying 100% of the time.
Right.
So that's why, for me personally, and it might be, you know, ignorant, whatever, but for me personally, that's why I didn't really judge it. But like I said, even when they was freestyling, I know there was a lot of people in the comments that didn't really understand the whole freestyle. But like a lot of they were saying, it was just the energy, the vibe, and coming off of the, you know, the slight upset with Nelly and Ludacris. So to go from that to this. Man, shout out to them, man. Yeah.
I just slightly disagree on that freestyle part, because there's a lot of Caribbean people who tuned in for that, and me personally, me personally, I got Caribbean in my family, so I definitely understood what they were talking about, man. We were just jamming, bro. It was jamming, man. Had the red stripe in the crib, and we was good, man. We was good.
Oh, one more thing. Let's point out how much of a G Beanie Man is when the police try to shut them down.
Yeah, they wasn't shutting nothing down, man. Wagwan, bedroom. Nothing getting shut down. It's for the culture, man. It's good, man. From where they were, from the music, from both of them squashing the beef and being together. That was fucking huge. And then for both of them showing out, like we both said, classic. If you didn't see that, once again, go watch it. What are you waiting for? Check it out.
Right now, man.
All right. And then Nelly and Ludacris and Beanie Man and Bounty Killer both hit 500 on the IG viewers. So that was a big thing.
Definitely a good one, man. That's one of my favorites, bro. That's one of my favorites. Like the energy. I'm gonna just keep repeating that. The energy for that battle was just, as soon as it started, like you just felt it through the screen. Like it was. Anybody who watched that battle, if you didn't get up at least 3 times throughout that battle.
Yeah, that's a battle that you would actually throw at a party and have a party and just listen to it throughout. All right, so 13. We have 112 versus Dragged Edge. I don't know if it's 13 for bad luck, but
peaches and cream.
Ooh. peaking at 262 was an hour and 40 minutes. My personal opinion is I don't know why they had the battle. And that's just me being real, because, you know, the whole time Desmond and I have been talking about these battles, these verses, we've been talking about energy. And energy is a big thing. Like we're all aware of it. We know that we're all full of energy, etc., etc. I don't know what kind of beef they had. I don't know what kind of situation that 112 and Dragon Edge had, but you can honestly tell that Dragon Edge did not want to be there. Like, definitely did not want to be there. Like, Ludacris was disappointed, and that was one thing, but
Yeah.
Dragon Edge, it don't look like nobody wanted to be there.
Whatever issue they had, it seemed like it's still going on.
Yeah, it definitely does. And then the music was kind of hard to hear from
Jagged Edge, right?
Yeah, from Dragon Edge. Yeah, it was difficult to hear.
And damn, I don't remember his name. It was one of the members of Jagged Edge. He was just doing way too much talking. Like, he was interrupting, cutting people off, and it was just like,
yeah, exactly. And then there was one part where Dragon Edge tried to harmonize and sing together, and I'm just like, knock it off.
I see why Swizz wanted to do that. You know why Swizz and Tim wanted to do that? Because just seeing the names, I was excited for it. I'm like, what? 112 Jagged Edge? This is about to be. But it was just.
But you know, I think Swizz. I can hear Swizz Beatz saying, "Oh, like squash the beef, just do it for hip hop." You know what I'm saying? Like just do it for
culture.
just do it for the culture. But nah, that wasn't something that should have been done for the culture. So we're gonna just leave it like that, because we really wasn't with it. So it just is what it is.
14.
Yes.
Kirk Franklin. This is my first time. Excuse me for all of y'all that are super onto this music. But my first time hearing of Fred Hammond. Like I said, I apologize. I had no idea who that was.
Amazing.
Fire.
Amazing
Fire.
Gospel singer, amazing gospel vocalist, amazing gospel writer extraordinaire, man. He's super talented, man. They both put out a great performance, man. It was something it's something that everybody needed. Something to uplift our spirits once again.
Shout out to Tamala, man. She stepped in and sung a cappella. Amazing.
She sung her heart out, man.
Amazing.
She hung up, and you could tell she wasn't even trying, and that was the great part about it. She wasn't even trying, effortlessly just flowing. You know, my only critique and my only sadness about this part of the verses is that it only peaked at 276. Like, if this one should have been up at the 500,000 as well.
Facts.
You know, great. For me, there was no clear winner, man. It literally felt like I was in church.
Yeah.
And I had that feeling, you know. It's like, oh, time for the benediction. You know.
Not only did we need, a good battle after the Jagged Edge and 112, but I believe Swizz has said it was more of a healing. That's actually what it's called too, the healing. So I didn't even look at this one as a battle. It was just, with everything that was going on, it was just a chance for the I'm gonna just say the whole world to sit down together simultaneously and just enjoy something that's different from what's been happening.
Exactly. And I believe that at the same time we had an issue with the racial climate going on with police brutality. So it just came in at the right time, and it was like God just opened up the heavens. You know, it was a nice day too. I think. Was it on a Sunday? Was May 31st a Sunday as well?
It might have been a Monday.
It might have been a Monday?
No, it was a Sunday. Let
me just check back. I'm not 100% sure, but if it was a Sunday, then they did it right. Yep, it was a Sunday. Yep. Perfect. So
Healing Sunday.
Healing Sunday, man. That's what we talk about. We talk about peace, tranquility, and that's what was delivered for us. Whoever needed to heal, that was what. Literally can't even talk. You know, that's the feeling I have. Especially when I watched it, I couldn't even talk afterwards. I was just like,
it was one of those. You just needed a moment to let it soak in,
yeah,
digest what we just heard. Like
exactly. I didn't cry, man. I manned up, of course, but in the inside, I was touched,
let them tears out, man.
Yeah.
It was a good one, man.
Yeah.
Number 15. I'm gonna start off by saying that I was personally disappointed.
You were?
I'm a huge fan of Alicia Keys.
All right.
And I'm a huge fan of John Legend.
Yeah.
I'm not disappointed because of the musical choice, the songs that they both
played. All right.
played.
The selection.
Yeah, I'm not disappointed in selection at all.
All right.
It's the same reason why I'm disappointed in the Kirk Franklin, Fred Hammond.
I feel
like specifically those two battles, especially with the Alicia Keys and John Legend, the fact that it peaked at 154,000, like to me that was like this was the battle for people to tune into.
Yeah.
Not only was this the first male versus female, but you have two. Take the gender out of it. You have two who essentially kind of do the same thing at the highest levels that they do it.
Yeah.
Both was on the piano, singing. I think John Legend even harmonized some of Alicia Keys' records, and she did the same thing.
Yeah, they both were going back and forth. Beautiful, beautiful.
Matter of fact, I apologize for the way I started. Amazing battle, but I'm just disappointed in the audience. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
I'm disappointed in the audience. I felt like the numbers should have been. I feel like that was a 1 million battle, 1 million view battle.
I don't think it was a 1 million view battle, but I think the numbers should have been up there.
Just off the names alone. Like when I heard Alicia Keys versus John Legend, I'm like, nah.
I thought the numbers should have been up there, but I don't think it was a million. The numbers should have been up there though. That's my personal opinion, but hey.
You had a winner with it?
Nah, I didn't have a winner, man. It was really for the culture. And backtracking with 14 and 15, it was just nice to hear, the backstory with some of the songs.
Yeah.
How they came up with it and how they were inspired, to come up with some of the songs. It was nice to hear that. Next we have 16, Fabulous and Jadakiss.
Oh, hold on, my fault.
Go ahead.
John Legend surprised me in that battle because I had no idea that he ever even worked with Lauryn Hill.
Oh yeah. He surprised all of us with that one. That was a gem. That's a good mention. How could I forget that?
Like that was.
Yeah, that was huge. Yeah. Fabulous and Jadakiss. Oh man, this was Comedy Central 101.
Shout out to Jadakiss.
Yeah, man.
Drunk Jada got it.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, another disappointment. Fabulous was disappointed.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could see it in his face. My thing is, and here's the thing, right? So the views for Fabulous and Jadakiss, I think, which peaked at 387. That should have been for Alicia Keys and John Legend. Me personally speaking, because I enjoyed that battle more than I did Fabulous and Jadakiss. And, all right, guys, we're back. Sorry about that. We have to switch cameras, but we're back once again. We were talking about the infamous Fabulous and Jadakiss battle, man, and we said it. Down goes Frazier, man.
Me personally, I feel like. All right, so first and foremost, I think this was an uneven battle, and that's not me saying that Fab is better than Jada or Jada is better than Fab.
Facts.
But we can't deny the facts when we speak about catalog.
Yeah.
Jadakiss, as far as his singles, a lot of his singles are not in the same direction as Fabulous. You get a lot of similar records, but you have to listen to a full Jadakiss project to hear certain records.
Yeah.
Fabulous in the mainstream world, we know him for the So Into You record with Tamia, his features on Little Mo's records, fire.
Facts.
But the reason why I say it's uneven is because, listen, it's a battle. So Jadakiss came in there it's a battle. So Jadakiss picked his quote unquote street records, mixtape hits. Mm-hmm. I think he even rapped one of his freestyles.
Yeah.
I feel like Fab was trying to match that.
In a way, yeah.
Me personally, I feel like he should have just not. I feel like he shouldn't have matched it. I feel like he should have just, just played the Fab records that we know, that Fab really does and executes.
And that we want to hear, like I was mad, I was hoping for the soul tapes, I was hoping for the songs they did on the first mixtape. I wanted to hear Holla Back Youngin', like we won't ruin it. Sorry, we won't ruin it. I'm sorry. And then Jadakiss played a couple of cheat codes. I'm just like, well, here we go again. So, and then Jadakiss got drunk, so that was.
He got drunk and just ended it for everybody.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? We trying to get out of here. We drunk.
We drunk. Ended it for everybody, man. If you've seen the memes, then it was a crazy night, man.
Jada, man.
Yeah. Sorry for Fabulous once again, man. I know he felt a certain type of way. Yeah. He felt the same way that Ludacris felt. So.
Congrats to Fab though. Got a baby on the way.
Big fact. Congrats to that.
This next one.
Yeah, that's one of his favorites right there.
Yeah, this one honestly might be my number one. Like, it might be my top one. First of all, before I even announce it, when they announced the names, I was turned off. I'm like, nah, I don't see it.
Right.
Like, I didn't see it at all.
Got it.
DMX versus Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Best battle. All right, let me not say the best battle.
His opinion is the best battle.
It's my personal.
It's his personal.
It's my number one, man.
Yeah.
DMX versus Snoop Dogg.
Like the dog versus the dog. So.
Fire, yo. I know you said earlier, you was holding yours inside. I almost dropped a tear when DMX rapped "Slippin'."
Oh yeah.
To know everything that he been through, and when he rapped that verse, I was here
slipping,
like,
I'm falling.
Yeah,
Can't get up.
I felt that, man. This battle, I don't have no winner. Both of them, I feel like this was. In the words of Snoop Dogg, this is how you're supposed to do it.
Yeah, facts.
How it's supposed to be done.
I mean, from Snoop Dogg and him dancing to DMX still being himself after all these years, man. Like he wasn't getting up performing. He was just sitting down chilling. I'm super proud of DMX because he didn't touch one drink that night, man. Super proud of him, man. He kept it. He kept it together, man, and that's remarkable. He didn't even smoke. Snoop Dogg.
That's a fact.
Yeah. He just chilled, man. And I like the freestyle. Oh man, like Snoop Dogg is one of the GOATs at freestyling, man. And he just, that laid back flow, man. That Oh man, and then DMX freestyle, man. That was classic, and you could tell like DMX didn't want to disappoint, so he kept on going with the freestyle, even though he
didn't want to get into it.
Yeah, he didn't want to get into it, so
it was fire, man. To me, it was like almost reminiscent of like your two favorite uncles who haven't like been around each other in a while, and they get around each other, and it's like it's like they never missed a step, man.
They never missed a beat.
Fire battle.
I like that.
I mean, I have to say this. Snoop might go down in history as the greatest rapper of all time. And the reason why I'm saying that, not just because of lyrical skills and what he's done in the music industry, but the fact that he's one of the very few that's known everywhere. If you don't know Snoop Dogg for his music, you know him for Cooking with Martha. If you don't know him from that, you know him from Baby Boy. If you don't know him from Baby Boy, you know Snoop Dogg from somewhere. Yeah. Everybody knows the name Snoop.
Snoop Dogg. You know him from the football leagues. You know him from the charities. You know him from weed. So like, you know Snoop Dogg. Oh man, classic. It's also one of my favorites, and I just want to salute, two pioneers who've been in the game for a long time, and just salute to the two top dogs, man. Salute to y'all.
Facts.
Appreciate that. At 18, we have Rick Ross versus 2 Chainz.
I'm gonna let you get that.
All right, peaking at 215. I thought it was gonna get a little bit more views than what's expected. Um, it was weird for me because on paper I was just like, how is this gonna match up? You know, but I guess they're from the South, so it kind of makes sense. Um, but I don't know. It was kind of weird. You know, like yes, it was entertaining. You know, yes, it was good to see both artists, you know, together. But something to me kind of felt off a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like just a little bit. Almost for me, felt like Two Chainz was trying to catch up to
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
to Rick Ross a lot. You know, but Rick Ross is like, of course, he's a boss, classic. Um, he's a funny dude, man. From the massages to the strippers, you know.
Yo, that's
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I was like, bro, okay. So that's what made it more entertaining, you know. And they definitely played um a few songs which we won't say because we don't want to ruin it, even though we mentioned songs before. But
Facts.
it was more entertaining than anything else for me, you know. And I was happy to tune in, but I felt
You
I
don't
felt,
you don't
I
have
felt
a
a little
winner?
disappointed. Rick Ross. I'm giving it to Rick Ross.
Me personally, I'm gonna take it a little further than the actual battle. So I paid attention to interviews before the battle and
Alright.
then after the battle.
Yeah, I ain't looking none of that.
So when it was announced, Rick Ross versus Two Chainz. First of all, everybody know the battle that people wanted.
Yeah.
Rick Ross versus Jeezy. That's
Yeah.
to me that was supposed to be that.
Yep.
The interviews that I seen before, people already had Two Chainz winning.
Oh,
The reason why I'm bringing it up is because going back to what I said before, sometimes the names, because of the popularity, you think that it makes a good matchup.
Yeah.
But until you sit those next to each other, then you actually
Exactly.
see the catalog.
Uh-huh.
Two Chainz, in my opinion, was already losing, and he let it affect him. Meaning, he started speaking about it. Y'all got me messed up. Like
Yeah.
I don't got 20 hits. Just talking like people's doubting him.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole battle, man, just to, piggyback off of what Lade said, I feel the same way. He was just catching up. And no disrespect to Two Chainz, he has a fire catalog. He's done what he's done. But what these versus battles have been doing is reminding people of these artists' catalog. And
Yeah, correct. You're right.
Ross has timeless music.
Yeah.
Ross wasn't just playing things that was like, oh, when that came out in such and such, it was the thing. No,
Yeah.
it's still hit now.
It's still hit now.
Ross has timeless music, and I feel like Two Chainz didn't go into the battle as a battle. He even said it himself. They said 20 hits. He just wanted to pay 20 hits.
Yeah.
He should have.
Yeah, because and this is why I said like I was kind of spectacle because like I know Two Chainz catalog and there's a lot of songs that he could have played that he didn't play that would actually match up to Rick Ross, with the 20 that he played, and it would have made for a better battle. I think like Two Chainz with the pressure, he was just like, let's get this done and over with, with and not really focus and hone in, and just trust his artistry, like yes, I am Two Chainz, like look what I did.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, and actually, Two Chainz been out longer because he was with Disturbing the Peace.
Mm-hmm.
So like his catalog is just there, like neck and neck with Rick Ross, if I want to say. So he should have held that, with more pride. And I think that he just let the whole verses and the big name, the lights, camera, whatever, it kind of defeat him. So.
You know what I also believe it was, and we move on from this, but I also believe, going back to what I said, I feel like he let the public affect him too much, because the public was also repeating themselves and saying that, that's not the battle they wanted. They wanted Rick Ross versus Jeezy.
Yep.
So I feel like he already went in kind of with people expecting him to lose,
Exactly.
and instead of, trying to prove them wrong, going back to what Lade said, he was just there catching up, man.
What he should have said was, he should have left it like, I'm ready. Don't worry about me. I got this. And he should have kept it quiet. And then when he went in the battle, just come fighting,
Facts.
just come swinging,
And you get to see these people's sportsmanship. Like, you get to see who's really sore losers and who really goes into it.
Exactly,
you know?
exactly.
A lot, man.
You got this one?
Listen, man. First, we spoke about the I don't even want to say. Let me choose the right word. First, we spoke about the elderly queens. And the reason why I say elderly is because that comes with a lot of wisdom. That comes with a lot of teaching. You're able to sit down and just soak everything up when it comes to elderly queens. So we had Jill Scott and Erykah Badu. Amazing. Not even a battle. Amazing vibe.
Yeah.
That full thing was a vibe. So now we get two women. I'm a personal fan of Monica. I wasn't too familiar with Brandy's full catalog.
All right.
So when I heard it, I was just happy because, you know, everyone knows that they've had beef for forever. So it's good to see these two queens, you know, on camera together. But Brandy, man. Brandy reminded people, man. Brandy, and I want to also say this. I feel like Brandy went into this battle also as the underdog because a lot of the, you know, a lot of public opinions, a lot of people was giving it to Monica already.
Of course, yeah.
I did too. Not gonna lie to you, I did too.
Nah, man.
But Brandy reminded everyone, man. She reminded everyone, man.
I knew Brandy was gonna show out, bro. Because like, listen. Brandy has such a unique, intricate voice, and her voice can hit falsettos and notes that nobody can hit. And you have to be a good listener in order to hear it. Like she can do doubles perfectly, you know, on a track. And I believe that she just came out with an album.
Yeah, B7, I believe.
Something
B7.
like yeah. Which has some good songs on there. Once again, we're not gonna spoil nothing. Go support your local artists, man.
But just know that it was an amazing battle, and it peaked. And this is just, you know, the Instagram live views at 1.2 million
on Instagram. On Instagram. Listen, I was looking at it on my computer, and I opened my phone just so I could see what the comments were talking about, just so I could see the comments, you know. So I knew it was gonna be a classic battle. Brandy, from her poetry to Monica with her fashion.
Yeah.
Monica with her fashion, you know. And the funniest part about this was seeing how Brandy wanted Monica to sing and join in. And I don't wanna say this about Monica because I know Monica could hold her own, but it looked like she was a little, you know, timid. It looked like she didn't wanna she didn't wanna do that duet, you know, with Brandy. There were so many times that Brandy was like, you know, I can't sing, so. And then Monica was just looking like chill, you know. So
it was dope, man. It was, for me personally, man, and it's crazy because that very week I think I had just finished up on Moesha.
All right. Oh yeah, cool, because it came on Netflix.
Yeah, so you know I'm watching that. Brandy didn't lose a step. Let me just say this, man, because I feel like it's important. She is, listen. Brandy is beautiful and she does not look no different from the Moesha show. Like that blew minds.
Black don't crack, man. Black don't crack.
That chocolate is amazing.
And they played my song, man. Her and Kanye. Oh, the more they talk about us. Oh my goodness. Let me tell you, when they played that, I got up and I started. Cause you know how you got a favorite song and you like, I want them to play it, and then they don't play it. And you be like, oh.
Which has been happening in
what happened a lot of the verses. You heard us talking about Fabulous and Jadakiss. You heard us talking about some other artists. But yeah, man, when they played that, I was dancing all over my room, man, going crazy, singing all the lines, everything. Monica, when she played remember the intermission? And they took the break, and he's playing the music. Oh man, they did the remix with Biggie. I'm like, I didn't know this happened.
I didn't know that happened.
Yeah. Like I was like, where was I as a kid listening? Like, how did I not know this happened? You know?
I didn't know that happened at all. Like that was a huge surprise. And also, I never knew about the No Limit remix.
Yeah, I didn't know that either, man. So I'm just like,
I'm
like, did she do that for the battle? Like,
that's
it seemed like she did it for the battle, right? I'm like,
we probably wrong, but
yeah.
I honestly believe that she recorded that day because I never heard that. Never heard it. When she played it, I'm like, what's this? Like, why is she playing other people's music?
Yeah.
And then she was on it, I'm like, what? But
yeah, great. And then I like the sportsmanship at the end because like people, yeah, of course, they said they had beef and they were on a record, not only squashing the beef but saying that their beef was really nothing.
yeah.
Like the media made it, a big thing. They never had it, And also, what I want to highlight Brandy and Monica for was they've been in the game for years, man, years.
And both were babies when they came
Babies, when they were talking about, who helped them produce certain songs and, what age they were when they were singing the songs. Like, you just saw my eyes open up, right?
Monica was given like grown advice, speaking on grown situations, and she was like 13 when she recorded 13. Most of the records.
Yeah, 13, man. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine that? Wow, man. Like, true blessing to witness that, man. If you ever questioned if we live in the greatest era ever, like we live in the greatest era, like there won't be a generation greater than us, ever. Like, I don't care what you say. So shout outs to those two ladies, two queens. Monica, we waiting for your album to come out.
Yeah, that new song with Lil Baby is fire.
Yeah, it's fire. We're waiting for your album to come out. 20, last but not least, definitely not least, man. We have the two queens again, man. I'm happy we're bringing more women onto this platform. It's great, man. This was a show out. Two classy queens, man. Leaders to the new school. Definitely inspired a lot of people's records, a lot of people's hip hop tracks, a lot of R&B artists. Gladys Knight versus Patti LaBelle, man. Oh my goodness, man.
Before you continue, I just want to say they still got it. They still got it.
Oh my goodness, man. Oh my goodness. Gladys Knight, man.
Me personally, and I'm not even ashamed in saying this, I didn't know a lot of the music going into the battle. But to watch them, not only was I reminded about certain records that's been sampled over, I don't know how many times.
Yep.
But I learned of, I don't want to say I learned of the records, I learned of the name of the records. Because I've heard a lot of the songs. My parents have played them and stuff like that, or you hear it outside, but just never really know the name of it. So I got to put a name to a lot of the songs.
Great, man.
But the last thing that I want to say is, going back to the first thing I said, they did not lose a step. They still have it.
Yeah.
Patti LaBelle and Gladys Knight both sang a few times live during the verses.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say, man.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, man. Oh my goodness. Let's talk about how the stage was set up, man. Set up classy, had the shoes on the side, dressed to a T, man. And 2 hours, man. Like I felt that they could have went more. They could have went longer, man.
Yeah.
Longer. And it was entertaining, witty, funny.
Don't play with Patti. See what she went over on dude for having the wrong music.
Do not play, man. Do not play, man. Oh my goodness, man. And it's such a reminder that not only do they love their craft, and you knew they were meant to do music, however, man, they did a lot of stuff for the feeling of it. Because when they talked about the history about certain songs and why they sang it, and they both two admitted that they didn't know what the song meant at the time. They didn't know it was going to be that big.
Yeah.
They said that they just wanted to sing. They just enjoyed singing. And that is inspiration to us because It's like we are all dreamers. We all have ideas. We all have things that we want to do. And it's important to just love what you do. And that's going to carry you when things get tough and you hit a roadblock and you feel like you don't want to go further on. You know what I'm saying? It's seeing this to know that, you know, like if these two ladies could do it, you know, then possibly there's hope for me as well. You know, and you know me about my word hope, but you know what I mean. So it was a great honor to see both of them. God bless both of them, and you know, to continue their years as I even want to say matriarchs in the music industry.
Oh, that's a fact, man. Yeah. Listen, Gladys Knight and Patti LaBelle, to me, like, I don't even have a 1 or 2. Yeah. DMX and Snoop, Gladys Knight, Patti LaBelle are a draw for the #1 spot for me.
All right.
I feel like DMX versus Snoop was what Fab and Jadakiss was supposed to be like in a lot of the verses.
Yeah.
You know, especially with them being, you know, elderly, you know, elderly men, elderly kings. Gladys Knight and Patti LaBelle, to me, exhibited the same thing. Both of them were super celebratory when it came to each other's music. Like, it really did feel like you were watching just 2 of your family members, like 2 of your aunts, just sitting down, kicking it, trading stories, giving each other their flowers while they're here, not shading or doing any underhand little weird, like, it was just positive, it was loving. I don't even want to put the word queens on them, because I look at these 2 women as 2 goddesses. Like, they really are that for me, man.
You can tell that they converse with each other a lot. Like, they might not talk every single day, but they do have conversations with each other and just check in on each other and make sure that they're both doing well. And, side note, I know I can't eat their food, but man, I know they could cook, man. They could throw it down, man. Oh my goodness, man. Only thing I probably could eat is the greens and the macaroni and cheese and maybe a cornbread muffin, but I know, man.
You might have to break your lifestyle for that.
Nah, I ain't breaking down my lifestyle for that. Nah.
If we get the opportunity to get a meal from them, you might have to just. You can't disrespect Patty or Gladys.
I'm not going to disrespect none of them. I'm gonna just kindly ask for them to cook something, you know, vegetarian, you know, like, you know, but you know, get some pie, home.
I still haven't tasted that sweet potato pie, man.
Sweet potato pie. I might have to bring that back, but you know. Listen.
I'm gonna mention this one just because it's in there. It's not a part of the original list.
So why are you mentioning it, man? It doesn't need to be mentioned.
I want to mention it because I got a point.
No. What point do you have?
Relax, I got this.
Nah, man.
I got this.
Come on,
Listen,
D, man. Nah. we don't have to mention it at all.
Going back to my point of, you know what? I'm not gonna mention it. I'm not gonna mention it for, you know, if people knew the name, then they'll know for obvious reasons. There's a lot going on with that person. But I just want to reiterate the point that I made. Don't look into the names too much, because sometimes the way something looks on paper could turn out a little different. There's a lot of these battles that they announced, I had a winner. As soon as they announced it, like, what? That's crazy. And when I watched the battle, it was fire. Going back to Snoop Dogg and DMX, this man could tell you, I wasn't with it. I didn't like it. It didn't make sense to me.
And then you watched it, and it was a whole different story. All right. Give it up.
No. Cause
give it up.
No. Cause dude got a lot going on, and until the actual facts surface, I don't even want to really mention his name. So I'm not gonna do that.
All right.
But like I said, like, I wasn't for it at all. It didn't make sense to me. I couldn't see it. But when I watched the battle, it's my #1. Like, it really is, like, at top for #1 with Gladys Knight and Patti LaBelle. Like, so that's all I wanted to say, man. Just when you see a certain thing, don't be quick to shove it off, or
right.
don't be quick to jump on it fast, because you never know what the outcome could be, man.
You never know what the outcome can be. As far as my number 1, man, number 10, Erykah Badu versus Jill Scott, man. I just love the feeling. I love the energy, man. I'm all about positivity. I'm all about high frequencies and vibrations, man. Listen, man, that really did it for me. As for a number 2, I'm gonna go with Beanie Man and Bounty Killer, excuse me. Like the whole vibe and energy once again. Love that.
Rewind.
Yeah. love that, man. Great. As far as like any others, Kirk Franklin, I think, and Fred Hammond, I think that deserves way more views. Way more. And also gotta give it up to Gladys Knight, Patti LaBelle, Brandy and Monica, DMX, Snoop Dogg. So.
Oh, they was at the film on Philly. I didn't even know that.
Yeah. So it was classic, man. So if I had any order, it would kind of go on like that. Before we end, is there any people you would like to see on the Versus? Like,
listen, man, we need to bring the Latin in. Yeah, you understand me? We need to bring the Boricuas in, man. Let's get a reggaeton battle going on, man. That's what I want to see.
Okay.
That's what I want to see, man. That's what we gotta see.
Gotta see that, man. I don't know, man. Like everybody was talking about, Sade. Everybody was talking about Anita Baker. Everybody's talking about Mary J. Blige. Everybody's throwing some names,
Who would Mary go against though? Matter of fact, no. Who would Sade go against? I feel like Sade is literally the mother of so many artists right now.
Now they played her. They made a thing about I think it was Anita Baker. Somebody made up some verses or whatever, and they said Anita Baker will beat Sade or something, and people were agreeing with it. I was just like, you guys are crazy.
See, it's one of those. You hear it and you think it go one way, but it could go the other way.
Yeah, I'm like, you're crazy, because who's beating Sweetest Taboo? Like, who? Like, that's one of the 100 greatest songs of all time, and people would hate me for saying that, but yeah. So hey,
classic is a classic.
Classic
man.
is a classic, man. We all heard the speculations about Bow Wow not doing it, and other people not doing it. But man, listen, man.
Yeah, Bow Wow. That's not even speculation. That really happened. Bow Wow.
He not doing it.
Yeah, Bow Wow. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Bow Wow. Somebody need to hit him off his high horse.
Yeah, high horse. Yeah. He crazy about that. Rumors. We don't know if it's gonna happen. They say Ashanti versus Keisha Coles. That'll be a good matchup.
There you go.
Who I got Ashanti.
I might have Keisha. I'm sorry, Ashanti. I love you. Like, I want you to know that, Ashanti. I love you.
Ashanti got classics, and she's on a lot of features.
Very true, but I just feel like people are underestimating
Keisha Cole. All right.
Yeah. Like,
got it. And then we got Bone Thugs and Harmony versus 3 6 Mafia.
Let's get that going, man. I've been waiting for that, man. They set it up themselves. Then Swizz and Tim stepped in. Come on, I'm passionate about Bone Thugs, man. Tim and Swizz stepped in. They shut it down. They're like, nah, that's not an official Versus.
I didn't even get to finish saying 3 6 Mafia, man. My man just jumped in, man. Like,
they shut it down. Like, nah, that's not an official Versus.
Oh my goodness.
So respectfully, they fell back. Was like, all right, man. So set it up.
Yeah.
We've been waiting, man. Set it up, man.
If it happens, you know who he's going for. I'm going for 3 6 Mafia. Classics, man. You know what he did for the South?
If you don't see Lade on the next show, man, you know why.
I'll be here. Ain't nobody firing me, bro.
Bone Thugs got it though. Bone Thugs got it, man.
I'm giving it to 3 6, man. I'm going 3 6. Yeah. All right, guys. I think we talked your ears off a lot about the Versus. Some of you were listening and wanted to hear some of the songs, but we specifically didn't do it because we wanted to save it for those who haven't seen it yet. Shout outs to Swizz and Timberland for setting up this for the culture.
Zone.
Yeah, we want to give you your flowers while you can receive them. Also, a special congratulations to all the artists who have went through this transition and are receiving their flowers, meaning through streams, and any other things that are actually coming from this. A lot of the artists who are in the verses are even talking about doing concerts and shows together when this is all finished. So that's the beautiful thing.
Oh yeah, you're right. Brandy and Monica talked about doing a tour, man.
Yeah. DMX and Snoop Dogg said that too.
That would be fire. Yeah. Nah, that's pretty much it, man. We touched a lot as far as the verses and the battles. You know, even though I feel like you was wrong on some of them, but you know that's another episode. We get to that. Don't forget about this giveaway that we still have, man. You guys who are watching right now, just share it. Go tell your friend they need to tune in. Make sure that friend tells another friend they need to tune in. 200 followers or subscribers, or both at the same time.
That'd be cool.
It's not gonna be something that's just being done. We putting time into this, so as soon as we hit that number, giveaway gonna be dope, man. So just
stay
comment,
tuned
comment, like, subscribe. We here, man.
Yeah. I just want to also say that, man. Take care of yourself, guys. It's been a crazy year. This is our first time back. We've been doing a lot on Zoom, and it's kind of good to just be off that kind of platform and just be with you guys, man.
Instead of just staring at a laptop.
Yeah, exactly, and being interrupted so many times, you have no idea. So yeah, but neither here nor neither there. We're happy to be back. We're gonna be pumping out, some more content for you guys. And if you guys have a topic that you want to hear, man, please let us know, man. Please just comment it below. Email us, TheyFiredUs ny@gmail. Also, if you want to be on the show, man, come on, man, spread love, man. If you have a story and you want to talk about it, you want to share your message out to the world, and you feel like this is the right platform for you, you can find us at TheyFiredUs. I just left the email, and I just said the Instagram, so stay tuned for that. Also, you can find me at Take It Easy Tiger NY, and you can find my friend at
Desmond Bonet. That's DesmondBonet.
Yeah. Until the next time, want to take them out?
Peace. Tranquility. Roll up the weed and get high.
What?
I said peace.
Tranquility.
Roll up the weed and get high. What? Peace. Tranquility. Roll up the weed and get high.
Bring it back. Peace. Tranquility.
Roll up the weed and get high.
Be safe, y'all.
Yes, sir.
One love.